Hello, my dear students. In the last period, we have solved few text question. Now we are going to study about what do acids and bases have in common. We have already studied that both acids and base, when reacts with metal, they produce hydrogen gas. So, production of hydrogen gas when acid and base reacts with metal is a common thing between both acid as well as base. Let us understand the same with the chemical reaction. Zinc, when it reacts with sulfuric acid, it produces zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Zinc, when it reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, it produces sodium zincate and hydrogen gas. So you can see that zinc is a metal that reacts with acid and base and produce hydrogen gas. So this is something which is common between acid and base. So hydrogen is produced in both case. This is the common between the acids and base. So now we should understand the activity to understand what is common into the acids and bases. To study if the solution of dilute acid, it may be an hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, alcohol or glucose, or the solution of sodium hydroxide, does it conduct electricity or not? That is what we are going to study. So for that particular activity, we have the requirements like the battery. We should have the battery, then we should have the bulbs, then we should have switch and beakers and nails and rubber, cork, dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid, solution of glucose or solution of alcohol, or the solution of sodium hydroxide, which is a base. So you can see here in the figure that I have taken three beakers, beaker A, beaker B and beaker C. In beaker A, we can have dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid. In beaker B, we can take dilute sodium hydroxide solution. And beaker C, we can take the solution of glucose or we can take the solution of alcohol. Now in this beaker, I have put a rubber cork in all these three beaker. With this rubber cork, I have inserted two pins in each of the rubber cork. Then I have filled this beaker with the required solution. Then I have joined this pin with the wire. This wire is joined to the battery, then the bulb, then the switch. So in all these three beaker, I have arranged the same thing here. You can see that this is the symbol for a battery, this is the symbol for a bulb, and this is the symbol for a switch. Whatever I said, let us read it as a method. Take two take solutions of A, dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid in beaker A, dilute sodium hydroxide solution in beaker B, or glucose or alcohol solution in beaker C. Fix two nails on the corks and place the cork in the beaker A, B and C. This is what here I need to write E. Now connect the nails to the two terminals of a 6-volt battery through a bulb and a switch as shown in the figure. Pour dilute hydrochloric acid in beaker A, dilute base sodium hydroxide solution in beaker B, and a solution of alcohol or glucose in beaker C. Switch on the current and observe if the bulb glows or not. What are our observations? We observe that in case of beaker A and beaker B, the bulb glows. That means in case of acid and basic solution, the bulb glows. But in case of beaker C, that means the solution of glucose or the solution of alcohol, the bulb does not glow. What do we understand from this activity, which is known as inference or result? Electric current passes through the solution only if the solution has ions. That means bulb glows means electric current pass through the solution in beaker A and beaker B, but not in beaker C. Acid and base produces ions in solution. Acid produces H plus ion, base produces OH minus ion. But alcohol or glucose does not produce ions in the solution. So this is what we can easily understand from this activity, that acid and base produce ions. So both acid as well as base produce ions in the solution. So solution of dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid or solution of dilute NaOH in water conduct electricity and produces ions. So this is what it is common between acid and base, that their solution conduct electricity and both acid as well as base produces ion. But solution of alcohol or glucose in water does not produce ions and they do not conduct electricity. Now we are going to study one more activity. So what is the aim of this activity? The aim of the activity is to study the production of hydrochloric acid gas by the reaction of sodium chloride and sulfuric acid, and to study the effect of hydrochloric acid gas on dry litmus paper as well as wet litmus paper. So what are the requirements? Test tubes, sulfuric acid, uh, which is concentrated, then we have sodium chloride crystals, then we should have cork, we should have litmus paper, we should have water, we should have test tube holders. So what is the method? Take some crystals of sodium chloride in a test tube, add some concentrated sulfuric acid in the test tube. Taste the effect of produced gas on dry litmus paper and wet litmus paper. Precaution, we have to take some precaution. If the climate is very humid, the gas produced should be passed through the guard tube. Now let us understand what is guard tube. Guard tube is a tube that has calcium chloride in it, which absorb the moisture and make the gas produced dry. Now what are the observations? We observe that gas produced does not affect any dry litmus paper but turns the wet blue litmus paper red. What do we understand from this observation? We understand that or the resultant gas produced turns only wet blue litmus paper red, means that the gas is acidic in nature and produced by NaCl and H2SO4, so it must be hydrochloric acid gas. 2NaCl that reacts with H2SO4, definitely it produces 2HCl and Na2SO4. My dear students, this is the double displacement reaction. So that is what you can easily understand, that this reaction is a double displacement reaction where hydrogen displaces sodium with chlorine and sodium displaces hydrogen with sulfate. Litmus test is given by the litmus paper in the aqueous solution only. So when the litmus paper is dry, there is no change found into the litmus paper. But when the litmus paper was wet, the acidic gas turns the blue litmus paper red. So a dry gas or acidic or basic does not give litmus test. So even the gas, like if the gas is dry or if the moisture or water is not present, the litmus test is not obtained. That means litmus test is obtained only in the presence of the moisture. That is what we can understand. So third inference, acids and bases produces ions in aqueous medium. Ions are required for the litmus test. So only litmus test is given in the presence of ions. Acid produces H plus ions while bases produces OH minus ions in the aqueous solution. HCl cannot furnish H plus ion. HCl gas cannot furnish H plus ion in the absence of water. So in the presence of water, HCl produces H plus and Cl minus ion in water. This H plus ion reacts with water to produce H3O plus aqueous, which is known as the hydronium ion. And finally, by adding both this reaction, we get HCl plus H2O that gives H3O plus Cl minus in water. H3O plus is known as hydronium ion, which is produced in the water by the reaction of H plus ion with the water molecule. That means H plus H2O that gives H3O plus. So H plus aqueous plus H2O liquid that gives H3O plus aqueous. That means hydrogen ion plus water that gives hydronium ion. I hope, my dear students, you are enjoying your studies. Happy learning.